The man who refused to live in reality. The astonishing true story of Elon Musk. If someone told you that one man would help reinvent online payments, launch rockets into space, build electric cars that outran gasoline, create brain-machine interfaces, drill tunnels under major U.S. cities, and still find time to name his child something that looks like a secret government code, you would probably think that man was a fictional character in a sci-fi novel. But he isn't. He's real. His name is Elon Reeve Musk, and his life story is stranger, harder, and more unbelievable than anything Hollywood has ever written. The boy who saw the world differently. Elon Musk was born in Pretoria, South Africa in 1971, but from the beginning, he didn't fit in. While most kids played outside, Elon lived inside his imagination. He read 10 hours a day, devoured every science fiction novel he could find, and taught himself computer programming before he turned 10. By age 12, he built and sold his first video game called Blastar for $500. It wasn't impressive because he made money. It was impressive because the game was built on a level so advanced that most adults couldn't understand how a 12-year-old wrote the code. But childhood wasn't a golden time. Elon was quiet, nerdy, and physically small. That made him a target. He was bullied so violently that he was once hospitalized after a group of boys pushed him down a flight of stairs and beat him until he passed out. Later, he would say, "If your life is easy, you don't develop strength." That strength would eventually power rockets, cars, and entire industries. The escape to America. As he grew older, one thought dominated his mind. America is where the future happens. He knew that if he wanted to build world-changing technology, he had to reach the United States. But he also knew that leaving South Africa during a time of political unrest and mandatory military service would be difficult. So Elon created a strategy. First, he convinced his mother to help him obtain a Canadian passport. Then, at 17, he left home alone, carrying nothing but a suitcase and a head full of impossible dreams. He worked odd jobs, cleaning boilers, cutting logs, shoveling dirt, while trying to save enough money for college. At times, he barely had enough to eat. But eventually, he made it to the place he had dreamed of his whole life, America. He enrolled at the University of Pennsylvania, studying both physics and economics. He didn't party, didn't waste time, he calculated. Everything he learned, he believed, would be used to change the world. During this time, he wrote down a list of the 5 biggest problems humanity would face: the internet, sustainable energy, space exploration, artificial intelligence, the human brain. No one knew it then, but that list would become a blueprint for the next 30 years of innovation. Zip 2, the first risk. Right after college, Musk moved to California for his PhD at Stanford, but he dropped out after 2 days. Not 2 months, not 2 years, 2 days. Why? Because he believed the internet was about to explode, and he didn't want to watch the future happen, he wanted to build it. With $28,000 borrowed from his father, he founded Zip 2, a digital business directory similar to an early version of Google Maps combined with Yelp. He slept on the office floor, showered at the YMCA, and coded all night. Eventually, Zip 2 grew so rapidly that Compaq bought it for $307 million. This was the moment many entrepreneurs retire, buy a mansion, and spend their days on beaches. Elon didn't. He immediately invested his money into something even crazier. X.com, betting everything again. In 1999, Elon founded X.com, an online banking company so ahead of its time that even experts laughed at it. But Musk had a habit of betting on the future before the future existed. When X.com merged with another company to form PayPal, Musk became the largest shareholder. Then came the toughest moment of his early career. He was voted out as CEO while on vacation. Most people would break down after losing their own company. Elon didn't. He simply said, "It's not about titles, it's about impact." In 2002, PayPal was sold to eBay for $1 billion. Elon walked away with $180 million. He could have retired forever, but instead, he placed the riskiest bet in modern business history.
SpaceX, the impossible dream. Elon Musk decided to build a private space company, a type of project that normally requires governments, militaries, and budgets greater than some countries' GDP. Every expert said the same thing: this is impossible. Musk responded the only way he knew how: let's try anyway. He invested almost all his PayPal money into the new company. From 2002 to 2008, SpaceX built 3 rockets. All 3 failed. One exploded seconds after launch. One spun out of control. One fell into the ocean. NASA thought he was a joke. The media called him a crazy millionaire playing with rockets. His companies were days away from bankruptcy. He had enough money for one more rocket. If the 4th failed, it was over. On September 28, 2008, the rocket, Falcon 1, launched from a tiny island in the Pacific. Everyone watched in silence. And then, it worked. For the first time in history, a private company launched a liquid fuel rocket into orbit. A few months later, NASA awarded SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract. One rocket saved everything. Tesla, the company no one believed in. While SpaceX was burning cash, Elon had also invested heavily in another project, Tesla Motors. Tesla wasn't cool back then. It was considered a foolish idea. Electric cars? Too slow, too boring, too limited. No one believed an electric car could compete with gasoline. But Musk had a different belief. If something is important for the future, you do it even if the odds are against you. He became Tesla's CEO, helping design the Roadster, the Model S, and later the vehicles that defined the modern EV revolution. And then came 2008, the worst year of his life. Both SpaceX and Tesla were nearly dead. He had no money left. Friends told him to save one and let the other die. Musk refused. He split his last remaining funds between both companies and said, "I'd rather be broke than give up." That same year, the 4th SpaceX rocket succeeded, and Tesla received emergency funding on Christmas Eve, hours before bankruptcy. Elon Musk went from millionaire to nearly homeless to CEO again in just 12 months. The reinvention of American innovation. As the years went on, Musk transformed American technology. SpaceX achievements. First privately funded rocket to reach orbit. First private spacecraft to dock with the ISS. First reusable orbital rocket. Development of Starship, the most powerful rocket ever built. Starlink satellite network, providing internet across the globe. Tesla achievements. The Model S broke every performance expectation. Tesla became America's most valuable car company. Their gigafactories reshaped manufacturing. They made electric cars desirable, fast, sleek, futuristic. But Musk wasn't done. He built the Boring Company to dig tunnels under cities. He founded Neuralink to connect the human brain with computers. He launched SolarCity to power homes with the sun. He bought and rebranded Twitter as X, chasing his childhood dream of building a global conversation platform. Whether you agree with him or not, one thing is undeniable. Elon Musk changed more industries than any entrepreneur in modern history. The man who keeps moving. People often ask Elon how he handles stress, exhaustion, and massive risk. His answer is simple. Nobody ever changed the world on 40 hours a week. But behind the ambition is a more emotional truth. Elon has admitted he fears being alone. He worries about humanity's future. He sees problems decades before others notice them. His life isn't glamorous. It's relentless. He sleeps in factories. He works until 3 a.m. He pushes people hard because he pushes himself harder. Some call him a genius. Some call him controversial. Some call him crazy. But one thing is clear. Elon Musk doesn't live in the world as it is. He lives in the world as it could be. the legacy of a man who refuses to stop. Today, Elon Musk stands as one of the most influential and polarizing figures in American history. He is not perfect. He makes mistakes. He takes risks that scare even his supporters. But he also does something rare. He tries to build the future instead of waiting for it. From a bullied kid in South Africa to a visionary in Silicon Valley to a man launching rockets for the United States, Elon Musk represents the idea that boldness still matters, courage still matters, and impossible dreams are sometimes the only ones worth chasing. This is not just the story of Elon Musk. It's the story of how one person's impossible vision can reshape the destiny of an entire nation.